in the world headquarters.
Boom!
Hey,
Caitlin Clark will look all over the place. Now, what I want to show you here is Asia Wilson's commercial, and I'm going to play Caitlin Clark's commercial right after that, just to show you the difference between the two. Let's take a look.
Asia Wilson's on top.
Nike doesn't make mistakes with dates, budgets, or symbolism. Every frame, every second, every release is intentional. So when Nike dropped Caitlin Clark's commercial on Christmas Day, exactly 40 years after Michael Jordan's first Air Jordan ad, it wasn't coincidence. It was a message. And when you compare that masterpiece to what Nike released for another WNBA superstar that same year, the contrast becomes impossible to ignore.
Commercial, right? All Nike did for that is just take a song everybody knows and just put in new words. No creativity involved at all. They're just going to take a song that everybody knows, patty cake, whatever the fuck song that is, and they're just going to change some words and put Asia Wilson again. Okay? And then we have Caitlin Clark's commercial.
Hey, Caitlin! Can you make it from there? Hey, Caitlin.
This story isn't about talent. It's not about championships. And it's definitely not about who deserves respect. This is about how Nike actually invests in athletes when the cameras are off and the press releases stop. Because when you put Aya Wilson's Nike ad side by side with Caitlin Clark's, you're not just watching two commercials. You're watching two very different levels of belief.
I live in the development. Imagine being one of the neighbors on this block, and you just turn to your right. Look at that car pulling up. Here we go. Pulling. Like, look at that car pulling up, getting ready to turn into their driveway, and then out of nowhere they see a Nike van here, a Nike van there, commercial crew here, commercial crew there, and then in like your neighbor's house, two houses down in their driveway, you're like, is that Kayla? Well, what's she doing here? How great.
Nike released two major women's basketball commercials in the same era. One featured Aya Wilson, a two-time WNBA MVP and champion. The other featured Caitlin Clark, the most watched women's basketball player of her generation. On paper, both athletes deserve elite treatment. But on screen, the difference...
Hey, Caitlin. How about from here?
Come on, guys.
Yeah, she can't make it. No chance.
Caitlin, from me, don't let. You got it.
I'm not even gonna ask.
Hey, Caitlin from here might be impressive. Am I right?
Whatever, Che.
So right here.
From there.
From anywhere.
Now, if you can tell that one of these commercials actually took thought, planning, and the other one just took, let's just slap this together because she threw a fit about her shoe not coming out in time. Let's just throw this shit together and push it out there. I don't know what to tell you.
Aya Wilson's commercial uses a nursery rhyme everyone already knows. The lyrics are changed. The visuals are simple. There's no larger story, no deeper concept, no cultural callback. It's safe, forgettable, and quickly over. It feels like a box being checked, not a moment being created.
Think Air Jordan this season. By Nike.
Now, as you know, the Caitlin Clark commercial aired during the football games on Netflix, aired during the basketball games on ESPN, ABC. The Nike commercial came at the perfect time as far as Christmas release goes.
Then comes Caitlin Clark's ad, and immediately, you can feel the difference. The pacing slows, the story builds, the camera doesn't rush. This isn't just a commercial, it's a narrative. One that starts exactly where Caitlin Clark's basketball story began, a driveway.
all the past commercials they've dropped over the last 5 to 10 years, this Caitlin Clark From Anywhere campaign seems to be the most creative that Nike has been throughout that time span. However, something was brought to my attention. 40 years prior, another superstar had a commercial for Christmas Day. 40 years prior,
The ad features Travis Kelce, Jason Kelce, Michael Che from Saturday Night Live, her college coach, her current WNBA coach. Every cameo makes sense. Every face belongs in her story. There are Easter eggs everywhere, references to her childhood team, her shooting range, her identity as a player. Nothing is random. Everything is, and then comes the line that changed everything. From anywhere. Simple, memorable, perfectly aligned with Caitlin Clark's game. It's already being recreated on TikTok. It works as a challenge, a joke, a compliment, and a brand message all at once. That's elite marketing. Now go back to the Aya Wilson ad and ask one question. What's the tagline? What's the moment people are supposed to remember? There isn't one. No phrase. No cultural hook. No campaign built around it. One ad created conversation. The other quietly disappeared. Nike released Caitlin Clark's commercial on December 25, 2024, exactly 40 years after Michael Jordan's first Air Jordan Christmas ad in 1985. That original commercial launched the most successful signature shoe line in history. Nike doesn't reuse dates like that by accident. They were drawing a line from Jordan to... But here's the twist. The commercial worked too well. The hype exploded. The demand surged. And yet, there was no Caitlin Clark signature shoe available. Not until months later. Nike created a cultural moment without a product ready to sell. This commercial represents the most creative Nike has been in years. Humor.
Story.
Relatability. Star power. It broke away from the formula Nike has relied on for the past decade. And that level of creativity wasn't given equally. This is not an attack on Aya Wilson. Her resume speaks for itself. MVPs, championships, dominance. She earned everything. The issue isn't performance, it's investment. Nike didn't match her on-court greatness with off-court creativity. Nike can release statements about supporting women's sports. They can promise equality and growth. But commercials don't lie. Budgets don't lie. Production timelines don't lie. Caitlin Clark received months of planning, elite storytelling, and historical symbolism. Aya Wilson received a rushed concept. Because this reveals how brands choose their future faces. Nike isn't just selling shoes, they're choosing icons. And with this campaign, Nike made it clear who they believe will define the next generation of basketball culture. The question now isn't whether Caitlin Clark is special. Nike has already answered that. The real question is what this means for the WNBA moving forward, and who gets the next Jordan-level investment and who doesn't.